As we grow older, our bodies change in ways that are expected and in ways that no one really talks about. One of those changes, especially for women in their 60s, 70s, or beyond, can be personal scent. Now, I want to be very clear. This is not about being dirty. It is not about poor hygiene or neglect. In fact, most older women are extremely attentive to their self-care. But despite our best efforts, some of us begin to notice that something smells a little off, and we cannot quite figure out why. Here is the truth. What many women interpret as age-related odor is actually the result of small, completely correctable habits. These habits are silent, they are subtle, and they creep in slowly over time, often without us realizing they are there. As a health and wellness educator who has worked with senior women for many years, I want to walk you through 8 gentle, science-based changes that can help you feel fresher, cleaner, and more confident. Without shame, without judgment, and without expensive products. These are practical tips rooted in biology, not beauty standards. They are grounded in care, not criticism. And they are designed to support you in aging with grace, with knowledge, and with quiet dignity. Because freshness is not a luxury, it is part of well-being, and every woman deserves to feel good in her own skin, at any age. So let us begin. 1. Wearing the same bra too long. Let us talk about something very few people discuss openly, especially with women over the age of 60, your bra. More specifically, how long you wear the same one without washing it. For many women, bras become that one comfortable item we hold on to a little too long. Whether it is because we live alone, we do not sweat as much, or simply because it fits well and we do not want to fuss with laundry, bras can easily slip into a habit of being overworn. But here is the problem. Our skin changes as we age, and that includes how it interacts with fabrics. As women move through menopause and into later stages of life, the outer layer of our skin becomes thinner, drier, and more absorbent. That means it can pick up and hold on to bacteria, oil, and sweat much more easily than before. Even if you are not actively sweating, your skin still produces natural oils. It still sheds tiny cells every day. And those cells collect in the fabric of your undergarments, especially around the band, the cups, and the underarms. Over time, this buildup becomes a perfect environment for odor-causing bacteria. You may have noticed a faint, musty smell when you lift your bra after a few wears, or perhaps someone close to you, without even realizing it, steps back slightly when hugging you. That is not your imagination. Fabric, especially synthetic blends, can trap odor that does not always wash out completely. And when you wear the same bra multiple times without cleaning it, the smell may slowly become part of what people associate with you, even if your body itself is clean. The solution is not complicated. Most doctors recommend rotating your bras daily, allowing the elastic to rest between wears. Wash each bra after 2 to 3 uses, or sooner if the weather is warm or if you are active. Choose breathable materials like cotton and avoid pads that cannot be removed or properly cleaned. You can place your bras in a mesh bag on a gentle cycle and let them air dry to preserve their shape and stretch. Doing this is not just about eliminating odor. It is about self-respect. It is about honoring your body by giving it clean, supportive clothing. At any age, we deserve that. A fresh bra may seem like a small thing, but it carries a quiet kind of confidence, one that stays with you all day long. 2. Skipping underarm exfoliation. Most women are familiar with exfoliating their faces. Some even exfoliate their arms, their legs, or their feet. But very few women, especially in their later years, realize that underarm exfoliation is not only helpful, it is necessary. As we grow older, many of us begin to notice that even with regular bathing and deodorant, there is a lingering underarm odor that feels different from what we experienced when we were younger. The reason is not just sweat, it is buildup. Our underarms are one of the most sensitive areas of the body when it comes to sweat and scent. They contain a specific kind of sweat gland known as apocrine glands, which produce a thicker, more protein-rich sweat. This type of sweat interacts with the bacteria on our skin to create stronger odor. Now, when you add deodorants and antiperspirants into the mix, especially long-lasting or clinical strength products, you are layering substances that can cling to the skin, even after a good shower. Over time, these products do not wash away completely. Instead, they create a thin film. That film, combined with dead skin cells and natural body oils, traps bacteria, and bacteria is what causes that sour or stale underarm smell that some women begin to experience as they age. Even if you are bathing every day and using antibacterial soap, if you are not exfoliating gently under your arms, you are not getting to the root of the issue. The good news is that you do not need harsh scrubs or fancy products to fix this. A soft washcloth, a gentle loofah, or even a silicone exfoliating pad can be used 2 or 3 times a week. The key is not to scrub aggressively. You want to gently loosen and lift away the buildup. Warm water is enough, though you can add a mild soap or natural cleanser if you wish. Always rinse thoroughly afterward to ensure no residue remains. You may be surprised the first time you exfoliate properly. Many women report their washcloth turning a light gray, even after they thought they were clean. But within days, you will likely notice your underarms feel smoother, drier, and smell fresher throughout the day, even without applying more deodorant. This is not about beauty. It is not about pleasing others. It is about feeling comfortable in your own body. Underarm exfoliation is a small act of maintenance that has a big impact on how you feel. And at this stage in life, feeling clean, dignified, and in control is not optional. It is essential. 3. Neglecting footwear hygiene. There is something comforting about a familiar pair of shoes. For many older women, certain shoes become a part of our daily life. Our garden shoes, our walking shoes, our slip-ons for errands or appointments. They are supportive, broken in, and reliable. But there is something else these shoes often become: odor traps. What many women do not realize is that our feet change dramatically as we age. Circulation may slow down, sweat glands behave differently, and the skin on our feet becomes more prone to retaining moisture. Combine this with medication side effects or reduced mobility, and suddenly, our shoes are absorbing more than just the day's activity. They are holding on to bacteria, fungi, and odor. In many cases, we stop noticing the smell ourselves because our sense of smell declines slightly with age. What seems like a faint scent to us may be much stronger to others. This is especially true in enclosed spaces like cars, doctor's offices, or when visiting family. And unfortunately, the smell is not always coming from our body directly. It often comes from the insides of our shoes. Shoe interiors, especially the soles and lining, collect foot sweat and skin flakes every time we wear them. Without ventilation or cleaning, this creates the perfect environment for bacteria to grow. The odor then gets transferred to our socks, our carpet, even our hands if we touch our shoes frequently. But with a few simple habits, this can be reversed. Start by alternating your shoes. Do not wear the same pair 2 days in a row. Allow shoes to air out near a window or in sunlight. Once a week, remove the insoles and either wash them or sprinkle them with baking soda to absorb odor. If your shoes are washable, follow the manufacturer's instructions and clean them gently. Another excellent tip is to place dry, unused black tea bags in your shoes overnight. Tea contains tannins, which naturally kill bacteria and absorb moisture. Always wear socks or no-show footies, even in slip-ons, to reduce direct sweat absorption into the lining. And consider setting a reminder to clean your most worn shoes every month, just like you would with laundry or bed sheets. Remember, foot hygiene is not just about avoiding odor. It is about supporting circulation, protecting your skin, and staying mobile with confidence. Clean shoes support clean living, and clean living supports a graceful, empowered aging journey. 4. Over-applying perfume to mask body odor. Fragrance can be a beautiful part of how we express ourselves. For many women, a favorite perfume is tied to memory, to identity, and to the feeling of elegance. Perhaps it is a scent you have worn for decades, one that made you feel confident at work, romantic on special nights, or simply more like yourself. But here is what many women do not realize. Our body chemistry changes as we age, and that includes how fragrance interacts with our skin. After menopause, the pH level of our skin shifts. We may also experience dryness, changes in oil production, and shifts in hormone levels that affect how our skin retains and releases scent. Medications and diet can also influence body odor and fragrance perception. What once smelled light and floral in our 40s can take on a heavier or even sour note in our 70s. To make matters more confusing, our sense of smell can diminish over time. This means we may not detect our own perfume as clearly as we used to. The instinct is to apply more, sometimes a few extra sprays in the morning, a touch-up during the day, or even layering body sprays, creams, and perfume together. Unfortunately, this often leads to an overwhelming scent cloud that mixes with natural body odors in a way that is not pleasant. Here is what I want you to know. Perfume should never be used to cover up odor. When scent is layered over unwashed skin or sweaty fabrics, it creates a chemical reaction. The result is not neutralized odor. It is amplified complexity, which often smells worse. Think of it as putting air freshener on spoiled food. It might hide the problem for a moment, but it does not solve it. The solution is simple and elegant. Focus on cleanliness first. Carry a small pack of unscented wipes to refresh under your arms, hands, or neck during the day. Choose light, alcohol-free body mists for special occasions, and apply perfume to clean, moisturized skin only. Never spray directly onto clothes or scarves, as these fabrics hold scent differently and may retain odor longer. Ultimately, your scent should enhance your presence, not define it. You are not required to smell like flowers to be feminine, dignified, or graceful. You are enough as you are, clean, confident, and wonderfully human. 5. Reusing unwashed hair accessories. Hair is often one of the first things people notice about us. Whether it is styled, tied back, or left natural, it reflects both personal care and comfort. But even when we take the time to wash our hair regularly, we often forget something just as important: what we put in our hair every day. Hair accessories such as brushes, combs, clips, headbands, and fabric scrunchies collect much more than we realize. Every time we run a brush through our hair or tie it back with a band, we transfer oils, sweat, skin cells, and product residue from our scalp onto the accessory. Over time, these items accumulate buildup. Brushes become coated with sebum, dust, and hair product particles. Scrunchies and headbands soak in sweat, perfume, or even cooking odors, especially if we wear them during daily tasks. For women in their 60s and beyond, this becomes particularly important because our scalp tends to become drier and more sensitive with age. If you are noticing scalp itching, irritation, or even a strange scent lingering near your pillow, the cause may not be your shampoo. It might be your accessories. Reusing these items without cleaning them regularly means you are reapplying the same bacteria and buildup to your clean hair every time. The solution is both simple and effective. Clean your brushes once a week. Start by removing trapped hair using a comb or even the end of a pen. Then soak the brush in a basin of warm water with a small amount of shampoo and baking soda. Let it sit for 30 minutes. Scrub gently with a toothbrush, rinse thoroughly, and allow it to air dry completely before using it again. As for fabric items like scrunchies, elastic bands, and headbands, treat them the same way you treat socks or pillowcases. Place them in a mesh laundry bag and toss them into the wash once a week using a gentle cycle. Avoid storing accessories in damp bathrooms where mold or mildew can grow unnoticed. Maintaining clean hair accessories is more than just a good habit. It is a way to care for the crown of your body. Clean tools support a healthy scalp, fresher smelling hair, and ultimately, a greater sense of self-respect. After all, you deserve more than just clean hair. You deserve the full ritual of care, from root to ribbon. 6. Sleeping in worn pajamas and bedding. For many of us, bedtime is a sacred part of the day. It is our chance to rest, to reflect, and to let our body recharge. But if we are not careful, our nighttime habits may be quietly undermining our hygiene and even affecting how we smell during the day. One of the most common oversights among women in their senior years is rewearing pajamas and delaying sheet changes. Here is the thing. Even if you bathe before bed, your body still goes through several functions while you sleep. You sweat, you shed dead skin cells, and your breath releases moisture and microscopic droplets. If you sleep under thick blankets, the warmth and humidity create an environment where bacteria thrive. That soft flannel nightgown you love? It may be holding on to days or even weeks of sweat, skin oils, and invisible residue. Many women fall into the habit of wearing the same nightgown for 5 or more nights in a row. It feels clean. It does not look dirty. But over time, it can develop a faint sour or musty smell, especially around the neckline, armpits, and chest area. The same is true for pillowcases, which absorb facial oils, drool, and hair product residue night after night. Eventually, that buildup becomes a source of body odor, even if your skin itself is clean. Doctors generally recommend washing sheets at least once a week and changing pajamas every 2 or 3 nights, more frequently during hot weather or illness. Pillowcases should be changed twice per week, especially if you sleep on your side. You can create a simple rotation system with 2 sets of sheets and multiple pajamas, so there is always a fresh set ready. Do not forget your mattress and pillows. Sprinkling baking soda on your mattress once a month, letting it sit for 30 minutes, then vacuuming it up can refresh the fabric and reduce odor. Pillows should be washed at least twice a year or replaced if they can no longer be cleaned thoroughly. Sleeping in a clean environment is not just about comfort. It supports skin health, respiratory wellness, and emotional calm. When you wake up in fresh, clean fabric, your body feels different. You breathe deeper, your skin feels smoother, and you carry that freshness into your morning. It is a quiet gift to yourself, one that says, I am still worthy of comfort and care every single night. 7. Forgetting to clean behind the ears and along the neckline. There are certain areas of the body that are easy to overlook when it comes to personal hygiene. Behind the ears and along the neckline are 2 of the most frequently missed. They are small, quiet parts of the body, and yet they can become some of the most noticeable when it comes to odor, especially in older adults. As women age, the skin around the ears and neck becomes thinner and may retain oils, sweat, and even fragrance residue longer than it used to. Behind the ears is home to a high concentration of sebaceous glands, which produce the oil that protects and moisturizes our skin. These glands continue to function throughout our lives, and in some individuals, they become more active with age. If this oil builds up without being regularly cleaned, it can oxidize and produce a strong, waxy scent. Additionally, if you wear glasses, hearing aids, or even earrings daily, the friction and coverage in this area can trap heat and moisture, making it an ideal place for bacteria to grow. The neckline is another area prone to being forgotten. We tend to focus on washing our face and body, but the creases at the base of the neck, particularly under scarves, necklaces, or high collars, can collect sweat and environmental debris. And because this area is often exposed to hair products or perfume, residue from those substances can also mix with natural oils and contribute to an unpleasant scent over time. The solution is gentle but consistent care. During your daily shower or evening cleansing routine, take a moment to wash behind your ears and along your neck using warm water and a mild cleanser. Use your fingertips or a soft cloth to clean the folds behind the ears and around the base of the hairline. Be especially attentive if you use devices like hearing aids or wear glasses, as these can trap oils without you noticing. Once a week, consider doing a slightly deeper cleanse, either with a soft baby wipe or a damp cotton cloth if you are in a hurry. This not only helps prevent odor, but it also supports skin health, reduces the risk of irritation, and can even improve circulation in these sensitive areas. Cleaning behind the ears and along the neckline is a small, respectful gesture to your body, an act of attention that says, "You still matter." Even the parts no one else sees deserve to feel fresh and cared for. 8. Letting laundry pile up and the scent of stale habits. Laundry can feel like a never-ending task, and as we age, it is common to simplify routines by extending the time between loads. When we live alone or move less throughout the day, it might seem perfectly acceptable to re-wear that comfortable top or let the laundry basket fill a little higher than it used to. But what often goes unnoticed is how this habit affects the air around us and how it can silently contribute to body odor. Clothing does not need to be visibly dirty to carry odor. Each time you wear a shirt, pants, socks, or pajamas, your skin transfers oils, dead cells, and microscopic bacteria into the fabric. These particles stay in the fibers and continue to release scent, especially in warm or enclosed spaces. When worn again, or even when left in a closed hamper, they begin to produce a stale, sour smell that can slowly affect your environment and how others perceive your cleanliness. For many older women, especially those living independently, it can be easy to miss this change. Our sense of smell gradually dulls with age, making it harder to notice the shift in how our clothes actually smell. We may think a shirt still smells clean, when, in reality, it has taken on the scent of body oils, food preparation, or even furniture we have been sitting on. In addition, hampers that are overfilled or stored in dark, damp corners can create ideal conditions for mildew and bacteria to grow. This affects not only the clothes inside, but also the air in the room. In warm months, the odor can become more pronounced, and if left unaddressed, it may even cling to freshly washed clothes stored nearby. Here is a helpful guideline. If an item has touched your body directly, especially around the underarms, groin, or feet, it should be washed after 1 to 2 wears. Outerwear and light layering pieces may last longer, but anything that collects sweat or is worn to bed should be cleaned frequently. Try doing smaller loads of laundry more often to make it manageable. Set a weekly schedule to keep it from piling up. To keep the laundry area smelling pleasant, consider placing a small dish of baking soda or a few drops of essential oil nearby. Choose a breathable fabric bag for dirty clothes instead of a sealed plastic bin. And if you use a dryer, clean the lint trap and vent regularly to prevent buildup. Taking care of your laundry is not just about being tidy. It is about keeping your personal space healthy, your wardrobe fresh, and your self-esteem high. Clean clothing supports clean living, and that includes how we feel inside our skin, not just how we appear on the outside. You have just taken a gentle but powerful step toward reclaiming something that many women quietly let go of with age: the right to feel fresh, confident, and fully at home in your own body. We often speak of aging with grace, but grace is not just a word, it is a daily practice. It is found in the way we care for ourselves, in the choices we make with intention, and in the quiet routines that restore our comfort and dignity. The small habits we talked about today, washing our bras more often, refreshing our bedding, paying attention to the back of our ears, they may seem minor, but together, they remind us that we are still here, still worthy, still beautifully alive in this present moment. So, if this video gave you something useful, or even just something to think about, I invite you to subscribe to Wise Elders Insight. This is more than just a channel. It is a space for women like you to feel seen, supported, and informed as you move through this rich, meaningful season of life. I would also love to hear from you in the comments. What is one small act of care, something quiet but sacred, that helps you feel like yourself again? And if you would like more thoughtful guidance delivered straight to your inbox each week, feel free to sign up for our free newsletter. The link is right below this video. Until next time, take care of your beautiful self, not out of pressure, but out of love. You are not invisible. You are evolving, and you are deeply, deeply valued.